All right, so anyone out there ever lived in an apartment building?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about then.
definitely.
The little things.
Uh-huh.
Like, you go to the fridge to grab the milk for your morning coffee and there's a note.
Oh, yeah.
Some passive-aggressive message about, whose turn it is to clean or whatever.
Yeah.
Or how about this? You're in the building group chat and someone's asking about, like, who's got a spare light bulb?
Oh,
And the next thing you know, everyone's posting cat memes and saying goodnight.
it's chaos.
It's chaos. Like, where'd the light bulb question go? And don't even get me started on those missing packages.
The package?
Like, it says delivered, but it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
The joys of shared living spaces. Right.
Yes.
It's like this constant kind of unspoken agreement to, like, coexist peacefully.
Right, exactly.
Even when your neighbor is blasting karaoke at midnight.
Exactly. And sometimes those little frustrations, they can really wear on you.
Oh, yeah.
Affect your sense of community.
Totally. And that's actually what got us thinking about this app we've been hearing about.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Conexa.
Okay.
And it's specifically designed for people living in these shared spaces, like apartment buildings, condos, that sort of thing. The buzz is it's supposed to help smooth out those rough edges.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So less karaoke at midnight.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But seriously, for today's deep dive, we really wanted to unpack this Conexa thing.
Right.
Not just like what it does, but how it actually addresses those pain points.
Okay.
Those real everyday frustrations we deal with.
I'm in. Let's dive in.
All right. So first up, let's talk about communication. Specifically, getting important info from building management.
All right. The dreaded notices.
Exactly. Like, you know how it goes? They tape a notice about some important maintenance to the bulletin board in the lobby.
Right next to that flyer for a dog walker from like 2 years ago.
Exactly. And it's always buried under a pile of takeout menus.
And then suddenly, bam,
Yeah.
the water shut off and no one knows why.
Ugh. Remember that time they were doing fire alarm testing?
Oh, yeah.
And like half the building thought it was a real fire?
Totally panicked.
Total panic. Okay, so Conexa, they have this feature called official notices.
Okay.
And it's designed to avoid all that. Basically, building management can post important announcements digitally.
Ah, so it's all in one place.
Exactly. And get this, you get push notifications on your phone.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. No more missing those crucial updates.
So no more cold showers?
Exactly. Plus, it's not just one-way communication.
Oh, how so?
Well, residents can actually comment on announcements, ask questions, actually engage with what's going on.
Oh, that's good. So it's more like a dialogue.
Exactly. And building management can even do polls and voting through the app.
So it's more transparent.
Exactly. Everyone's in the loop.
Yep.
And it's all secure, so only verified residents can access it.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we've tackled the official stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the wild, wild west of building communication.
Oh, boy. What now?
The building group chat.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm talking about.
Everyone and their grandma in there.
It starts innocently enough, someone's asking for a plumber recommendation, but then
It descends into madness.
pure chaos. It's like a digital fire hose of random messages, memes, pet photos, goodnight messages.
Yeah, you try to find that plumber's number later and it's impossible.
It's a nightmare. Well, Conexa to the rescue again. They have this chat room feature.
Okay, this sounds promising.
It's basically a dedicated space just for building residents.
So it's separate from the crazy group chat.
Exactly. And it's designed to keep conversations focused on, actual building related stuff.
Left cat memes, more plumbing advice.
You got it. It's all about streamlining that communication.
I like it.
And of course, you get push notifications so you don't miss anything important.
Makes sense.
What else? Well, you can directly reply to messages, use reaction emojis, all that good stuff.
So it keeps things organized.
Right, and there's usually a view count, so you can see if your neighbors have actually seen your message.
It's pretty handy.
And of course, just like the official notices, it's all about privacy.
Right. Only verified residents.
Okay, next up, let's talk about something else we've all seen. The classic community bulletin board.
Oh, the one with the thumbtacks and the faded flyers.
That's the one. It's like a time capsule of lost pets and outdated events.
Sometimes you can barely read the notices.
I know, right? Like someone's trying to sell a couch, but the picture's all blurry and the phone number's barely legible.
And good luck if it rains, everything just gets soggy.
Ugh, the worst. So Conexa, they've got this feature called Naturally Bulletin Board.
Makes sense.
And it's like the digital supercharged version of that old cork board.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So residents can post ads, announcements, all that stuff.
Got it.
But it's way more organized and visible.
So, like, what kind of stuff can you post?
Well, there are internal posts just for residents, things like selling furniture or organizing a building yard sale.
Makes sense.
And then there are public posts that anyone in the neighborhood can see.
Oh, like for local businesses or events?
Exactly. And you can use geolocation filtering to make sure your ads are seen by people nearby.
Smart.
Plus, you can include photos, videos, all sorts of multimedia.
So no more blurry couch photos.
Nope. Everything's clear and easy to see.
What's better?
And people can like, comment, and share posts, so it really helps to spread the word.
That's a big improvement.
Okay, now let's get real for a second.
Okay.
Noise complaints.
Ah, yes. A tale as old as time. The bane of apartment living. We've all been there, right? You hear the thumping music from the apartment above, the dog barking next door, or, let's be honest, maybe you're the one making all the racket.
It happens.
It happens,
Yep.
and it can be so awkward to confront your neighbors about it.
Oh, totally. It's like this delicate dance of passive-aggressive notes and pretending you don't hear anything. Exactly. So Conexa, they have this really interesting feature called noise alerts.
Okay, noise alerts.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
It's basically a way for residents to, preemptively warn their neighbors about potential noise.
So instead of getting a knock on the door at 2 a.m.,
Right. It's more like, hey, everyone, heads up, having a party on Saturday night might get a little loud.
I see it's all about communication and setting expectations.
Exactly. And you can specify the date, time, how long you think it'll last, all that stuff.
That makes a lot of sense.
Plus, there's usually a shared calendar of upcoming events, so you can kind of see at a glance if there's anything noisy planned in the building.
That's really helpful. So everyone's on the same page.
Okay, now let's talk about something else that can be a real headache in building life.
Okay, hit me.
Getting around. Especially if you live in a place where you really need a car.
I feel that. Trying to coordinate rides with neighbors can be a mess.
It's a nightmare. Everyone's texting each other, trying to figure out who's going where, when, and who's picking up who.
And inevitably, someone ends up getting left behind.
Happens every time. So Conexa, they have this shared rides feature, and it's like a ride-sharing system just for your building.
Interesting, like a built-in carpool.
Exactly. Residents can post ride offers, join existing rides, and see the status of all the rides they're involved in.
Okay.
There's usually geolocation filtering, so you can easily find rides that are going in your direction.
That's handy.
And many platforms even have real-time tracking on a map.
Oh, wow. So you can see exactly where your ride is.
Exactly. No more waiting around wondering if you got left behind.
I like it.
And then there are tools within each ride for managing the details, things like sending join requests, specifying pickup and drop-off points, even a rating system for drivers and passengers.
Wow, so it's pretty comprehensive.
It's all about making ride sharing way easier and more efficient.
Makes sense.
Okay, ready for another universal apartment struggle?
Bring it on.
Parking, or the lack thereof.
The eternal parking battle. I know it well.
It's brutal out there, especially in those densely packed areas.
Circling the block for an hour just to find a spot the size of a shoebox.
And then the ultimate insult, you see your neighbor's assigned parking spot sitting empty.
While they're off on a tropical vacation.
It's enough to make you scream. Well, Conexa to the rescue again. They have this parking sharing feature.
Oh, that's interesting. So neighbors can share their spots.
Exactly. It's about using those existing resources more efficiently. Instead of having empty spots go to waste.
So how does it work?
Well, if you need a parking spot, you can send out a request through the app saying when you need it, and then any neighbors who have indicated that their spot's available during that time will get a notification.
Okay.
And then it's basically a direct arrangement between residents. Some platforms even let you mark your spot as permanently free during certain times, like if you're at work all day.
That's pretty smart. It could definitely help to reduce the parking wars.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about those moments when things just, break.
Ah, yes. The leaky faucets, the flickering lights, the mysterious noises that keep you up at night.
The joys of home maintenance. Remember that time my toilet was running constantly?
Oh, yeah.
And I tried calling that handyman number from the building directory.
How'd that go?
I spent 10 minutes trying to explain the problem, and they just said they'd put in a work order.
And then?
Nothing. The toilet kept running, and I never heard back from them.
Classic.
So frustrating. Well, Conexa has this feature called Home Repairs, which is supposed to make the whole process way less painful.
Okay, how so?
Well, you can report issues directly through the app.
Okay.
And you can be super specific. You can describe the problem, attach photos or videos, and even say what times work best for someone to come fix it.
So no more vague descriptions and crossed fingers.
Exactly. Plus, the system can then connect you with the right people, whether it's building management or local service providers.
So you're actually getting connected to the right people.
Yep. And you can usually track the status of your repair requests so you know what's going on.
So you're not just left in the dark.
Exactly. So we've covered a lot of ground here. From those annoying building notices to the parking nightmares and the dreaded home repairs, Conexa seems to be tackling a lot of those classic apartment living frustrations.
It's really interesting how they're trying to streamline so many aspects of building life all in one platform.
Right, and the cool thing is that it's usually modular, so buildings can pick and choose which features they want to use.
Oh, that makes sense. So it's customizable to different communities and their needs.
Exactly. We started off talking about those funny little moments that come with living in a shared space.
Right.
And it seems like Conexa is trying to give people the tools to make those spaces a little less, well, frustrating.
And hopefully a little more connected.
Absolutely. So for everyone out there living that apartment life, think about it. Which of these Conexa features would make your life easier? Could it be the key to a more harmonious, less chaotic building experience? That's something to ponder. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Go next time.
Conexa Life, bringing people together.